The NFL Gambling Podcast, Week 1 Morning Games, Previews, and Picks edition on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by SGPN Free Roll Football Contest. Join our free season-long pick'em for a chance to win $300 in a Super Bowl autographed SGP helmet. Sign up link in the SGPN app. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Snag those tickets without the stress. Use the promo code SGPN on your first purchase to save $20. Download the Game Time app and use the promo code SGPN. And, of course, Underdog Fantasy, we are brought to you by Play the Underdog Pick'em in college or NFL and win up to 20 times in one game. Use the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. And finally, but not least, we're brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use the promo code SGP. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on any NFL game this weekend, only on the DraftKings Sportsbook with the promo code SGP.
I'm just about that action, boss.
You have to be kidding me. That is impossible.
I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants any deal?
He is Houdini.
Jordan Davis, dog. Jalen Hurts, dog. A.J. Brown, dog.
How many people want to eat a doggy tonight?
And welcome, everybody, to the NFL Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I don't have to say anything else, man. If that doesn't fire you up, you need to go get some fucking counseling or something. Week 1 is here in the National Football League, and we are here to preview Week 1, the morning games, previews, picks, dogs, teasers, maybe throw out a little Moneyline round robins, even get lucky. If you're wondering who you're listening to, I am Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac, and I will be here every single Wednesday and Monday with this guy over here, and you guys know him. First off, he is the Don of the Chicago Bears Mafia, and he is leading the Justin Fields camp headed into his third year in the National Football League. He is Mr. JMark Football, a.k.a. Old Fashioned Football. JMark, what is going on, brother?
I'm so excited. It's finally here. We can stop preparing and talking about the division previews and everything and start picking some fucking games. Let's go. Shout out to the chat. One Sharp Shark joining us. Buckle up, boys. Ryan getting amped by the intro. How can you not? It's so good.
I've been drinking since 9 o'clock this morning, getting ready for this show. Cheers to everybody for another NFL season. Week 1 is here. Going to be a fun season in the chat. I mentioned it kind of. JMark and I will be here, and go check out our look ahead to week number 2, because week 2 will be here before we know it. We'll go live Monday afternoons, probably around this time. Seems to work best for our schedules. And recap the action it was on Sunday and look ahead to the following week. And then, of course, Wednesday, just like last year, each and every game in the morning slate or early afternoon slate, depending on what time zone you're in. We always get the London game, too, a little mimosa action, Bloody Marys. But, yeah, this time Wednesday, JMark and I, you get us twice a week. And you know they had to bring us back after that electric week number 1 last year, where I think we went a combined 15-3 on our picks. There was a 9-game slate. I missed 1 game. You missed 2 games. So, yeah, this year, it's not good enough. We got to go undefeated this year, JMark.
Yeah, the pressure is on. We can't start slow. We got to start with the wheels rolling just like we did last year. So, and I'm pumped to do so. Hopefully the mojo is flowing.
The mojo will be flowing because the dogs were barking last year. I got a couple dogs. Yeah, you guys know me, man. I like to give out those fucking gross dogs. So I got a couple more. But before we get into this slate for the early window, JMark, with our slate that we're going to break down, I won't ask about the other ones. Obviously, Thursday night, there's enough headlines going into that game with Travis Kelce. Go check out the Thursday night preview. What is your thought on this initial how many games we got? We got 8 games to break down in the early window. What kind of pops your eye here? Maybe some more dogs that we're going to look to back here in week 1?
Well, I think it's bullshit that we get to talk about your team and not mine. I'll say that. I mean, week 1, I have to wait until 3:25 Central Time to watch the Bears play. Jeez, I'm going to be having a lot of anticipation and anxiety leading up to that. But yeah, to answer your question, there's one dog in particular that we're going to talk about that I really like. I think I'm going to be on less, I guess, Moneyline dogs anyways than Mr. Moneyline Mac here might be. But no, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it seems like every year the NFL has more changes for rosters. There's more roster turnover than ever. It feels like we're getting these teams that, I mean, the Jets, it almost feels like they're doing an NBA thing, trying to pull in all these players that Rodgers wants. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
You hit the nail on the head. Why they put us in the early window, you and I, because our teams suck. They're supposed to suck. So our teams are always going to be in the early window. And yes, I am supporting a I Survived Daniel Snyder t-shirt, from 1999. I forgot what year that jackass took over. But yeah, recently sold. Thank fucking God. We can move forward as a franchise, get our franchise back, bring back the Redskins. Yeah, man, this is gonna be fun. We'll have to wait a week to break down some Chicago Bears. So I mean, you can be unbiased for at least 1 week. But yeah, that was one of the things that stood out. I'm like, man, we don't get to pick Packers Bears. That's some bullshit.
I agree, but I think we already know who we're both picking, right? You're picking the Packers because you don't like me, and I'm picking the Bears. Come on.
Yeah, I dare you to pick the Cardinals. We'll get into this slate on the other side. But first, if you're looking to get down on some action, and if you're not getting down on some action this weekend, well, you need to see some counseling in that matter. But we're brought to you by DraftKings because believe it, we've had 7 months without NFL football. So you got to get over there to DraftKings, right? Well, good thing it's over. NFL is here. DraftKings Sportsbook is here. And an official sports betting partner of the National Football League is giving you a can't-miss offer for a Week 1 bet. This week, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets. How about that? Instantly, when you just bet $5 on any NFL game, and there's plenty to choose from. DraftKings is hooking everyone up with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September, and there's plenty of action. Check the app to see what you get. I'm not going to give out one on our slate, but a dog I like in the late window. I can't talk here. I'm too excited. New England. It's gross. Like I said, I got all the dogs barking. So hopefully I don't get fired by Sean Stack of the Money Green for giving out Belichick on the money line on Tom Brady night. Get over there. Bet that right now. Go Pats go. Download now and use the promo code SGP to sign up. New customers can take $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's the code SGP. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the National Football League. The crown is yours. And, of course, if you have a gambling problem or if you just aren't going to gamble, you need to call 1-800-GAMBLER. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details of restrictions, responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after insurance. Hey, and you know what? We are also brought to you by Game Time. It's the NFL season. You want to go to Arrowhead tomorrow night, watch the Kansas City Chiefs raise the banner for second Super Bowl in the Patrick Mahomes era. Get over there and get some tickets because you don't have to plan 9 months in advance. That shit's overrated. And then some people, I mean, times are tough, man. You got to get over there. Yeah, you're trying to put a couple bucks together, a couple parlays together so you can pay for your tickets. But do it over at Game Time, man. It can hook you up. Your favorite event shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is a fast and easy way to buy tickets for all your sports, music, comedy, and a theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guaranteed, you can stop stressing over on the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you're going to have at the game. You don't need to worry about a budget. That's overrated. Game Time is it's great for last-minute deals. Like I said, don't plan months in advance. Game Time is the best deals right up to the day of the event. You can wait 15 minutes before kickoff to see if it's like the stock market. Buy it at the dip. So that's what Game Time presents. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets, football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section in a row, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. How about that? And of course, you can get images before you get in your seats, so you know exactly where you're going. You don't need it at FedEx Field, Daniel Snyder obstructive view. That doesn't happen on Game Time. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps and you're set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you don't have to worry about hard tickets or having to dig through your email. I mean, I get enough spam enough, so that's a plus for me. Use a promo code SGPN. Snag the tickets without stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code SGPN for $20 off on your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code SGPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Nothing says
go ahead.
Nothing says DGen like sweating out a 10-leg late night tennis parlay, hoping you win it so you can get your tickets on Game Time for the game tomorrow.
Absolutely. And make sure you sweat that out over at DraftKings. So got all the plugs there. Shout out to DraftKings. Shout out to Game Time. Do phenomenal work. I know I'll be getting down a lot of money this weekend on DraftKings and winning a lot of money. So that's what we do on the NFL Gambling Podcast. All right. We've teased it. The wait is over. Let's lead it off. JMark, which game? Oh, boy. Here we go. We already got a gross dog in the building. Cincinnati, the Bengals. Joe Burrow headlines this offseason, battling injuries to calf. Questions, it sounds like he's going to play. Currently laying at 2.5. It opened at 2.5 this summer. Under set at 47.5 at the dog pound. Year 2-ish, I guess, of Deshaun Watson. I guess year 1.5 of Deshaun Watson after the parlor. JMark, give me your breakdown of this game.
Yeah, so if make sure you all follow at SGPN Football Doc. The doctor, Sebastian, has given his report on Joe Burrow. He is not worried about the calf, so I am not worried about the calf. I place my confidence in the doc's advice there. And I know I probably sound like a broken record here, but I don't believe in these Browns. I don't believe in Deshaun Watson. I know they're going to get up in the dog pound. I know they're going to be excited and everything, but I just can't do it. I think these Bengals are pissed off. I feel like they probably think they got cheated last year. I mean, there was a scenario where they could have had the number 1 seed, but because of the unfortunate events with Damar Hamlin, they fell out of that race. They weren't able to obtain it. And I think that all rubbed them the wrong way. I think they're ready to show like, hey, we're the best team in the AFC. No matter how the game on Thursday night goes with the Chiefs, the Bengals are going to want to show up and show out. So I'm going with the Bengals here. If it was 3, I'd be nervous, but I think they win by the 3 points.
We're opposite ends to lead off the 2023 season. You know me, man. I've been saying this one for about 5-6 months. Go, dog pound, go. 4-1 against Burrow. We know the trends of home divisional dogs, especially, divisional rivalries. The Browns have had this one circled. I think they're able to get after Burrow. They always bother that offensive line. Zadarius Smith coming over from Minnesota, pairing up with Myles Garrett. I think this is a terrible matchup, terrible draw for Cincinnati coming out of the gate. And I think we also saw with Cincinnati last year starting slow against Pittsburgh, where Burrow threw 4 picks. He didn't have a training camp then. He doesn't have one now. I think it's rushed. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they're playing him. I thought that he would probably sit out a game or two. But I'm all over the Browns here. This could potentially be the dog at the end of the show. A great teaser leg as well, because this is a rivalry. These two teams hate each other. So, yeah, I'm all over the Browns. Yeah, I think you knew where I was going on that one.
I did know, but I'm pumped that we're starting to split, because sometimes I feel like we agree on too many and it curses us. So
no doubt. So hey, shot of whiskey on the line there for the Browns, Bengals, AFC North to start it off. All right, next up on the slate, we got Baker Mayfield going to see Kirk Cousins. This is filthy. 2 polar opposite personalities. Tampa Bay, interesting team. Coming into this year, Minnesota 11-0 in all those close games last year. It's everybody says they're a regression candidate. They're laying 6, over under set at 45.5. I think it opened at 6.5. JMark, your fellow NFC North mate here in Skull Land, Skull, go Vikings, go. Give us your initial thoughts on this matchup.
Yeah, this one is one of the tougher games for me to pick. just because I think Minnesota got really lucky. And if you look at the wins they did have, I mean, it was by 7 points or less most of the time. But these Bucks, I don't know if I believe in them. I think they're going to be better than people think they are. I just don't know if that's going to start right away in week 1. But gosh, this one's tough for me. But fuck it. If I start 0-8, I start 0-8. I'm going with the Bucks +6. I think the Vikings win this game, but I think it's close enough that the Bucks cover that +6. Baker's over on the sideline grabbing his crotch again, just like in his college days. So yeah, give me the Bucks +6. How about you?
All right, we're agreeing on this one. Another dog for me. We talked about Minnesota. All they do is play close games. They don't blow anybody out. You cannot lay a touchdown with Kirk Cousins at home.
Yeah.
Especially what we saw last year. I don't think they're as good as last year. To be honest, I think Tampa Bay is alive here. I think that they're coming in with the chip on their shoulder. Everybody's saying how bad they are. Tom Brady's gone. Mike Evans is there. I think Tampa's alive. I think this one comes right down to the wire. And if I see Minnesota finding a way to get out of this, I think it's one of those walk-off crazy field goals like Minnesota always does. No way am I going to freaking lay a touchdown for Minnesota to cover. I also think it tells you that they didn't open this number at 7. They opened it up on the shorter side of 7. Yeah. So definitely shorter dog here. Do you think Tampa Bay's alive here? Potentially is a live dog?
I think they definitely could be. I think Baker's got a lot to prove, and he's never played with a receiving core like this with Godwin and Evans. So, I mean, I could see him coming out, firing off. I could see Rachaad White being better than people think, and that defense is usually pretty solid. So, fluster Kirk Cousins a little bit. I also agree with One Sharp Shark here. This game's going under faster than an ill-fated submersible. I agree that it'll hit the under. I agree.
And to look at the injury report, I forgot to do that I guess we talked about Burrow. That's really the big injury report. I guess Myles Garrett's questionable. This is the problem with doing the show so early in the week is you don't get the initial injury report until literally after we go live. So make sure you guys are tracking those injury reports. Mike Evans for Tampa Bay is questionable. So make sure you continue to track those injuries. But yeah, this is a one-possession game, field goal.
Yep, agreed. An alert for the later games. Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs are both not practicing today. So
JMark's over there rooting for injuries. It's like Sean with Bijan. Everybody's giving him crap. You're over there going, come on, you can be healthy. Just be healthy next week. So
exactly.
All right, JMark, what is next up on the slate in the early window? Ooh, another divisional matchup. We got Carolina going down to the ATL. First game of the Bryce Young era. They're going to the year 2 of the Desmond Ridder era. That rushing attack, everybody seems to be falling in love. Total low, 39.5. So always interested when these totals are below 40 in week 1. Where are you going here, JMark? This opened at 2.5, so this is crossed to key number 3 too.
Yeah, I hate that it crossed 3 because 3 and under, I was very confident about it. However, I'm not a Bryce Young believer. I've said that before he was even drafted. I said whoever gets him, they're going to have to wait for a little bit for him to get used to those NFL hits, that NFL speed. I know he had a good college career. I get that. I just don't know if that's going to translate right away. And these Falcons, I mean, I get why the total's low. They're probably going to run the shit out of the ball, right? So I think it could be a slower game, which would lean towards the Panthers. However, I just can't back Bryce Young until I see it come together on the field. So I'm going to take the Falcons here with the 3.5.
Man, I'm kind of on the fence on this one. It's crossed over the key number. Yeah, I do worry that these two teams usually play close games. Burns did not practice. I don't know if he's going to play this game. That's a big blow for Carolina in week 1. Frank Reich usually starts slow. He did in Indy, so this is another trend. I don't have a strong feel in this one. This may be one where I'm going to lay the points and take the Falcons.
Yeah. I like it. You're agreeing with me there. So
yeah, but I mean, this isn't a you got to bet this game. I think
agreed. Yeah.
Although a lot of people are very confident in it, I can't trust Desmond Ridder. But it is another rookie quarterback. I'll take Atlanta to grind it out by a touchdown, push it across the finish line. So but those two teams do play close games. We will get to the other games on the slate, but first we got to talk about Underdog Fantasy because you got to play alongside your favorite football team all season long with their fantasy pick 'em. You pick between 2 to 5 players, select whether they'll go higher or lower on either stats. Then you do usually spend your Sundays doing watching the games. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going 5 for 5. 5 for 5, that is. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. JMark over on the old-fashioned football. I know you guys have been giving out a ton of Underdog Fantasy favorite plays in week 1. You got one off the top of your head that you like in week number 1?
Well, the Travis Kelce thing kind of blew the one that I was going for, but no, they're offering a promo. Now you have to parlay it with another pick, but they're offering a promo of Patrick Mahomes over half a passing yard. So I would take that, and I still really like, even though apparently I'm setting the market, David Montgomery's rushing total has been creeping up. It was 46.5. It's 52 now, I believe. I still like it. I still think he is a dog. He's got a lot to prove after the Bears didn't re-sign him when he wanted to stay in Chicago. And I think he's going to start quick, especially as Gibbs kind of gets used to the offense. He's the young guy. So I like, even if you just take those two, it's 3 times your money. So, and Patrick Mahomes is going to hit. So then you're just waiting for Montgomery to grind out 52.5 yards.
You heard it there. Pair Mahomes and Montgomery and get over there. Let's even go 5 for 5 in the NFL this Sunday. Watch along, make your picks, and maybe you'll get a little bit of cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up, use the promo code SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's the Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. And, of course, we are brought to you by our free roll football contest. Free all season long in the NFL Pick'em contest. $1,000 for first place, $5 for second place. And hell, if you're a Patreon member for the NFL season, your price doubles to $2,000 and $1,000. Plus, if a Patreon member wins the free roll football contest, they'll get the autographed full-size sports gambling podcast helmet, which includes guests like Joe Theismann, Hail to the Redskins, Bill Romanowski, Pac-Man Jones, Hail West Virginia, John Sally, Eric Metcalf, and LeGarrette Blount. How about it, LeGarrette Blount? What a career he had. Sign up with the link in the SGPN app to do so. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon to get in your free chance to double your prizes and win the weekly Patreon Pick'em Leagues. All righty, man. Back on the NFL Gambling Podcast. Moving along in this 1 o'clock slate. So, in another note, Arthur Smith does start fast in his seasons. Last year, they almost pulled off that big upset, but they've been prepared every week 1. They looked good in the preseason. Carolina did not, so that's another trend. What do we have next on the slate? All right. Wow, the tables have turned because the Jacksonville Jaguars, heavy favorite in the AFC South. Our guy, Trevor Lawrence, we were all over them at the midpoint last year to come back and win the AFC South. Oh, laying 4.5 in Indy at the dead number here. Over under set at 45. Opened at 3.5 this summer. JMark, you got a strong play here?
This line reeks, doesn't it?
Reeks. It reminds me of Colts Chiefs last year.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson is going to start his first game, and he did not look great in the preseason. No. I mean, he did not look very accurate. And I know he can run the ball. I get that, but they're still going to have to pass it because the Jaguars are going to be ready for them to run it. And the Jaguars being such a trendy team coming from last year into this year, I don't get why this number is so low. But I'm buying into it. I'm taking the Jaguars 4.5 because I see it at 5 on other books. So take the DraftKings 4.5, get that half a point for you. And I think the Jaguars crush them. I really do. I think this is not close at all. And this is one of those easy ones that you look back at and say, why did the books offer it at so low? So I'm riding with the Jags, my Super Bowl contestants. How about you?
This reeks. I'm going the other way. I think.
Are you?
If Jacksonville is the most public bet side in week 1, I think they got a couple offensive line issues, and they started slow last year. I think they start a little bit slower this year. It's a look ahead to Kansas City, too, by the way. So I think they've had that Kansas City game circled. I think Shane Steichen's able to dial. I can't talk. Able to dial some things up for Anthony Richardson. They're creative. They play ball control. I think their defense could keep them in this. I got Jacksonville winning by a field goal, comeback win. This is just that gross. It's like I feel like it's going to be Indy and Houston last year, where Houston got up on Indy, but it's going to be Indy getting up on Jacksonville. I think Indy's going to come to play in the opener, and everybody's crowning Jacksonville. I'm on the dog here. I know it's freaking gross. Just hold your nose and take it, man. It's nasty. I know.
Yep. Yeah, it is. The line is weird. Shout out to Nick Fortune in the chat. Let's fucking go. Give me the Jags money line pick. I agree with money line.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea just to get out of their line. It's hard to lay more than a possession in the NFL, but yeah. So we're opposite sides there. Another gross dog for me. So the only favorite I've taken is the Falcons. Go figure. All right, up next. Oh, yeah, I knew we got this
Nick
one
is
circled. Here we go. The Niners, Brock Purdy, year number 2. He's the savior. No Trey Lance. Steelers, home dog, Tomlin. Do we have to read off all those numbers? I don't think so. Everybody knows them. Everybody knows the trend. Opened up at 2.5. I know there was a 3 out there at one time. Over-under set at 41.5. Issues in paradise for San Francisco with Bosa. JMark, this is easy.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Mr. Fortune. I know you're a 49ers fan, but the wrong side's favored here. The Steelers defense is going to rock Brock Purdy. And I'm not convinced he's 100% healthy anyways, and they're going to make life difficult on him. They know how to stop a good back like Christian McCaffrey. This one's an easy one for me, and I'm a big believer in what the Steelers are doing this year. I think Pittsburgh is going to take his step forward, and George Pickens has been making unbelievable catches. I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to keep up with them.
Eye to eye here, man. Pittsburgh was probably the best team in the preseason. They've been really good the last 2 years. In week 1 as a dog, they've won outright at Buffalo, at Cincinnati. Now they're at home. Shanahan and that group started slow last year in the monsoon in Chicago, the famous Trey Lance game. I'm all over Pittsburgh. I did easy. System play here. Tomlin as a dog had months and months. He's going to have that team prepared. Spotlight game in the early window against 2 historic franchises. Kenny Pickett, year number 2, gets off to a good start. So stay tuned. This is going to be part of our Moneyline round robin. So, all righty. That we are both on Pittsburgh. Oh my God, this game is we have to preview this game. Arizona goes to DC. They are not the Commanders, even though it says that on the screen. Who are the Commanders, as Colby would say? Laying 7. I repeat, they're laying 7. They are, other than the Ravens, they are the second biggest favorite with Sam Howell in his second career start. Over under set at 39. Ron still trying to figure out how to make the playoffs last year. Hey, Ron, you're alive now. Here we go. Oh man, this is probably my least favorite game on the slate.
You know what surprised me? So not counting best ball drafts, people are going to say I have a problem here, but I'm in 17 fantasy football leagues. And how many times I heard people say, oh, Sam Howell is underrated. Sam Howell is going to do really good. I mean, even Ron Rivera didn't know how good he was.
Preseason Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Don't even get me started on that quote.
It's a big number, but how can you side with the Cardinals for any number under 10, no matter who they're playing, because they're just a mess. They are almost blatantly, obviously tanking. And Josh Dobbs, do I think he's going to have any success against this Commanders defense? I don't care if Chase Young's healthy or not. No, they're going to struggle big time. So I like the Commanders to get it done. I think they're going to have a better offense than people think and people are expecting. I mean, their receiving core is, in my opinion, one of the best, at least in the NFC, with the 3 guys that they have, Gibson and Robinson. I mean, I think they have a good running back core. If Sam Howell is a guy that can get it done, he's going to easily cover this 7.
There's no way in hell I'm laying this number. I've lived this. This is. I'm scared to death of this game. I think I have not heard one person say take the Cardinals with the points. I'll be the guy. Take the Cardinals with the point. This is Ron Rivera. You cannot lay a touchdown with Ron. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know he's favored by a touchdown. I mean, he's so back and forth, man. I could go all day. Hell, if I knew Sam Howell was this good, I would have played him. Well, why didn't you play him? I mean,
Right.
You started Carson Wentz in a playoff game and didn't even know that you were eliminated. Something to monitor with Washington. Chase Young injured, shocker. Terry McLaurin got banged up in the preseason game. So those are probably two of their best players. I think John Allen's going to play, but I don't know, man. This screams 13-10 Washington wins, where they come out lackadaisical. I will say this place will be rocking because it's the first game post Daniel Snyder, but I can't. I've seen this too many times in my life. I'm not just going to dive in blindly and be a fanboy here. And I'll take the points, even though Dobbs is terrible. Arizona's terrible. Everything about that organization's terrible. They get up for one game and they lose by a field goal. Skins 1-0.
I get it. You don't want to jinx your team. And you'd rather be wrong by taking the Cardinals. But Nick says, wow, Ryan, I'm supporting your team and you take the points. I'm not mad, just disappointed.
I'm a sharp guy, I'm trying to hit the middle. Skins by 3-6.
There you go.
I swear to God, though, if they lose this game, you will not see me on the Monday recap show with JMark. So we're opposite sides. Definitely not a play of mine. I will not play the Cardinals the entire year unless I get like 21 on a game. So, yep. All right, moving along in the slate. This one, I am looking forward to this one. This is a good game. Two bounce back opportunity teams. Two teams you and I are high on. Tennessee, Vrabel as a dog. All those stats, all those trends pointing in that direction. Going to New Orleans, a team that was way better than their record last year. In comes Derek Carr. Ryan Tannehill's back in Tennessee. Got a good little matchup here in New Orleans to lead it off in week 1. Where are you going here, JMark?
Yeah, my Super Bowl winning team, the New Orleans Saints.
I know.
Taking on the Titans. The Saints get up at home. They do a very good job at home, even with covering. So, and the Titans, I love Vrabel. I love Derrick Henry. I just don't think I love Ryan Tannehill, even if he does have DeAndre Hopkins to throw to, especially against the Saints defense, which was ranked second in the league against passing last year. I think they're going to be just as good this year. Tannehill's going to struggle. They're just got to focus on stopping Ryan Tannehill. And I think, Derrick Henry. And I think they're going to do that. So give me the Saints by the 3. It probably ends in a gross push. I wish this was 2.5 because I could easily see them just winning by the 3, but I'm going to take the Saints.
I think you and I wait till Sunday and wait till it gets to 2.5 and bet New Orleans. I think this is going to be a public dog. And I think this is going to be one of the few public dogs. Maybe Carolina's a public dog. And I'm with you. I'll take the Dome team in the Dome week 1. They looked good in the preseason, I thought, with Derek Carr. Yeah, I'm all over New Orleans here. If I can get the 2.5, but I'll wait. I think this is a smash spot for New Orleans to get up, man. I think everybody's going to fall in love with Vrabel, but they started slow in previous years. So I'll ride with New Orleans here, and your NFC champion pick that will come out later today.
That's right. Spoiler alert.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Our last game.
Oh, God, another gross one. Houston Texans going to Baltimore. New offense. Lamar has not played the entire preseason. Everybody crowning the Ravens. Hint, the Ravens were the number 1 Super Bowl team in our graphic that'll come out later. I was shocked that the Ravens got the most votes. So Ravens have all of a sudden become, I think, people falling in love with Lamar. Preseason Lamar once again laying 9.5. I know it's 10 in some books, over under 44. I know we don't like rookie head coaches and rookie quarterbacks, but man, it's a lot of points here, JMark.
Yeah, I think I already kind of tipped my hand on this one preseason, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to take the Texans plus the points here. It's too many points. I think the Ravens are going to start slow. I think there's too much Lamar drama. And the Texans are going to find a way to at least cover because that's a lot of points. This is probably a 7-point game. They win by a touch. The Ravens win by a touchdown. as much as I want to take the Texans as a live dog. I don't think I can, but I'll at least take them with the points.
Yeah, Houston played hard last year. I think they're going to do the same for DeMeco Ryans. Worry a little bit about the quarterback position, but I think they're able to run the ball with Dameon Pierce and those guys. I'm with you definitely on the points here. I'm not laying on this many points with Lamar. First game in that system, new offensive coordinator, new system. I don't trust Lamar to throw the ball, and I think they're going to force throwing the ball. So I think he's going to make a couple mistakes. I anticipate DeMeco Ryans improving that defense. They're going to play hard. Shit, they traded up, so they think that they're alive in this division, apparently. So this is a good spot to back Houston here. I think this game comes down the wire. I think a lot of people are surprised. Baltimore got the betting splits. FYI for everybody in the early window, the public sides. Baltimore is very public. Cincinnati's very public. San Francisco's somewhat public, not overly. Jacksonville's the most public side, then Washington. That's why I'm holding my nose on Arizona. Minnesota is pretty public, shockingly. Not shockingly. That was kind of a joke. But, yeah, those are the main public sides in the early window. Kind of the New Orleans and Atlanta sides were kind of split for us. So, yeah. I'm on the Texans, man. You talked me into it this offseason. I know you've been talking about it since May, so go Texans, go.
That's right. Just real quick, I just got an alert for injury updates. Of course, it is Wednesday, so who knows? But Panthers wide receivers on Wednesday. DJ Chark did not practice due to a hamstring injury. Adam Thielen limited due to an ankle injury, and Terrace Marshall limited due to a back injury. So they might find themselves with just Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, man. I get over there. Take Atlanta. I mean, but
yeah,
I don't think you're going to get back to the 3. Hopefully, you got the 3 when you could get it. But if not, I'll still lay the 3.5. They're gonna come out firing with that new rushing attack. They're excited there. They think they're a contender, so I think they start fast.
Yeah.
So do you. All right. Well, we just broke down all 8 early window games. How many do we have in the late window that Scott and Terrell will be previewing? I believe I see 5. So that's a good little diversity there. I like it. All right, JMark, week 1 lock. I will let you lead it off, my friend.
Oh, man. Some of these lines are so gross.
I know.
Like they want you to take them. But I'll save that for my dog. I'm going to lock up the Falcons with the 3.5.
Ooh,
I think they're going to win that game easily. How about you?
I like
or
it.
Do you want me to go with the rest?
I'll do it. We'll alternate. Good chemistry.
All right, perfect.
Lock Pittsburgh. I mean, come on. That's
Love
disrespectful. Wrong team favored. Tomlin, dog. Let's go. West Coast team coming east.
Yep. That's so that's who I wanted to go with my lock, but I decided I would save them for a dog. They're a small dog at +1 or 105, but that's my favorite dog to bet this week in the early slate. So give me Steelers +105 as the dog.
I like it. Dog. Been talking about this all summer. Give me the dog pound as my dog. They own Joe Burrow. They're going to be 5-1 after Sunday against Joe Burrow. I like the Bengals too, man, but not Sunday. Wrong place, wrong time. Dog pound's going to be absolutely lit. Let's go, Brownies. Let's go. So give me the Browns.
I like it.
Tease. Yeah, I was like, what's next?
Right. I'm going to tease the Bucks to 12 because I don't think the Vikings are going to blow them out, even if they do win. So tease the Bucks to +12. Let's tease the Commanders down to 1. Only got to win it by 1.
What could go wrong?
Right. And then let's cross some numbers here and tease the Saints to +6 because I think they're winning that game anyways.
Yeah. I really wish Jacksonville would get up to 6 so we could tease them down to a pick.
Yeah.
I don't want to give out my lock and dogs for tease, but they are the 2 best tease candidates. If you like the Browns and Steelers, you can get up to 8.5. I might have to do it, but I like to diversify my portfolio.
There you go.
I'll tease Indy to 11. Keep it
Yeah.
within single digits in week 1. Teasing Houston up to 16. Lamar's not winning by more than 2 touchdowns on opening day. And what could go wrong? I'll join you on Riverboat Ron. Tease down to 1. Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself on Sunday. All right,
easiest one. Come on.
I know they are baiting the shit out of us. I'm scared to death. I almost teased Minnesota, but I think Tampa Bay is live. I almost gave out that kind of would be a bonus dog for me if I had to give out one. Yeah. We bonus dog Tampa Bay. Let's go. Baker on the road. Money line round robin. We throw in Pittsburgh because we both agreed. Was there another dog we agreed with that could win outright? Who do you see? Who do you think's alive in the late window? We'll go off the board here.
All right, let me look real quick
Do
here.
the Giants are live?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we
them
got
boys.
Yeah, fuck them cowgirls. So we got the Giants, we got the Steelers, and then we need one more dog.
We need the breaking news sound clip. Nick Bosa becomes the highest paid defensive player in NFL history with a 5-year, $170 million deal, $122.5 million guaranteed.
Oh, he ain't thinking about the Steelers. That just locked up our lock even more. I love it.
All right, sorry. What was
do you
the
like
question?
The Patriots on Sunday?
No, not at all.
I knew. I'm the only one that likes it. Do you like Vegas? I'm going through all the dogs. We need one
Vegas.
more.
I don't.
Do you like
I don't
Miami?
know if I have another dog.
Rams.
Who's Miami play here? Yeah, Rams won't get it done. Where's Miami?
I got one. How about Monday night Jets?
No way. Bills kill them. Are you kidding me? I'll go with Dolphins with you. I don't mind the Dolphins beating the Chargers.
You know what? I think that game comes right down to the wire either way. I see a field goal either side, so I'll gladly get it on the Dolphins. So Moneyline round robin for Moneyline Mac and JMark is going to be, what do we say? I got to plug this in. Got to plug it into my calculator. We got the Steelers. Or do we want the Bucks? Bucks do we want the Bucks to make it more juicy?
Yeah, let's take, which one do you want to take out, Giants or Dolphins?
Well, I'm good with what either. I mean, the Giants are at home.
Yeah, let's take the Dolphins out. Let's throw those Bucks in just to make it juicy.
Oh, yeah. So we got Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and a home dog in the Sunday night window. So when we hit the first two, we're going to be drunk as hell during that Sunday night game cheering on our what do we got? A 14-1 money line round robin. There you go. Pittsburgh on the money line at home against San Fran. Tampa Bay on the money line, shocking the world in Minnesota. And the G-men getting it done against the Cowgirls. Yeah, Dayball, man. Dayball and McCarthy with 3 months to prepare. Give me Dayball all day of the week. All right, man. We made it. So that's our bonus segment this year. We're gonna give out a money line round robin each and every episode. So we're gonna have to do a little convincing some of these weeks on shorter slates. So
that's right.
We should have thrown the Cardinals in there. So at least if the Skins lost, I could have at least hit my money line round robin.
There you go.
No doubt. All right, JMark, before we get up on out of here, tell everybody where to find you because you got a lot going on over on Old Fashioned Football.
Yeah, follow me on the X, as the kids say. Oh, shout out to 2 Easy Clips. What's up? Shout out to or follow me on X at JMark Football, or find me over at Old Fashioned FB. We'll be live every Monday and Thursday. Mondays will be 6:15. Thursdays will be 6. So check us out there and check us out tomorrow because it's the last night to comment and get entered for prizes. First 30 minutes of the show, the last part of the show, we're drawing prizes. We got over 25 of them, which include fantasy football stuff, whiskey stuff, SGPN merch store gift cards. I mean, come on. Got to get
Who the hell doesn't want some freaking whiskey? Get over there at the Old Fashioned Football and tune into JMark and his lovely wife, Miranda. Give out picks, waiver wire. Get ahead of the waiver wire for all you fantasy football people out there. And have yourself a whiskey with JMark it's Monday night, correct?
Yes, sir.
Monday night. Yes, yeah, I got a good memory. Every Monday night with JMark and his wife, have a whiskey. You know, the work week is still long, even just after one day. Tip it back, watch some Monday Night Football, put JMark and his wife on. You can find me at Moneyline_Mac. I'm over at the College Experience, breaking down college football all year long. College basketball right around the corner every night at Midnight Madness with the Maniac, Pick Dundee. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Can't wait. Week 1 is here. Can't wait. Over under on cold beers on Sunday. Hammer the over. Talk to you guys on Monday. Let it ride.
Quick story before you let it ride.
Oh, whoa. Hey, there we go. I got quick fingers there. What you got?
There you go. Quick story. So my dad, we did a family fantasy football draft because most of our family listens to us, but has no idea what the hell we're talking about. My dad made his way through a third of a bottle of bourbon during the draft and then called me the next day and asked why I let him draft 4 quarterbacks. Not my fault, but you can guarantee during that Bears-Packers, if it's not looking good for the Bears, I will be going through more than a third of a bottle of whiskey.
Well, I might beat you there if the Skids lay an egg against the Cardinals. So, you know what? Hopefully we at least have our Sunday night play to hit our round robin. So, make sure you guys tail that money line round robin, and we'll cash it Sunday evening. Let it ride and have some whiskey.
I'm just about that action, boss.